Good morning, welcome to another practice with me. It's bright and early here, so we're going to be doing a bit of a warm-up with our sun salutations, get that fire energy going, and then going on to maybe hold our poses a little bit longer and finishing with a final Shavasana. So do make sure everything feels okay for you today. Do check in with your body, with your practice, make sure everything feels okay. If it doesn't, then do adapt or do stop altogether with a particular asana. All you need is a mat, maybe have a blanket to hand for your final Shavasana, and it's always handy maybe to have a container or a block, just so you might need it just to reach the floor with some of the asanas. Okay, let's begin. So we're going to be starting in child's pose today. So just come onto your knees, make sure it's comfortable. You can put a blanket under the knees or underneath the heels, and when you're ready we're going to bring the forehead to the mat. So just let the shoulders open, let the arms relax by your side, and with that contact with the mat, the forehead resting on the mat, we're going to start to slow our breath. So now, as you're breathing in, I want you to visualize that you're breathing in through the forehead. So as you draw that breath in, you're drawing the breath in from the forehead, letting that breath travel throughout the spine. So drawing the breath all the way down to the lower spine. And as you exhale, you're drawing that breath from the base of the spine back out through the forehead. So it's a nice long breath travelling through the spine, really starting to check in with how the body feels, how the back feels. I'm going to take a few breaths here. Continuing with that long breath, letting that breath travel along the spine. Extending the hands out in front of you and just starting to reach the top of the mat, starting to stretch a bit more now into the shoulders and the arms. Pushing the palms into the mat and coming back to gentle downward dog. So we want to take a bend into the legs and just push through the arms and push back the hips. Once you have the upper body stretch, you can start to let the heels come a little closer to your mat, and we are going to be walking through each foot. So I want you to do this slowly, rolling up onto the toes and then bringing that heel back down. So depending what time of day it is that you're doing this video will depend also on how the body feels. For me, it's early in the morning, so my body's a little stiff and tight. Obviously, the later in the day, the body feels a little bit more supple. And from here, we're going to take our knees really wide now, as wide as your mat. Big toes come together, and we're going to sit back once again. We're going to walk all the way over to our left knee. As far as you can take it, you can put your right hand over your left and then bring the head down. We're still breathing long, still breathing deep. Making sure we have that body breath connection. And then taking that the other way. So walking over to our right side. We can put our left hand on top of our right hand and bring the head down. side now. And coming back to center, coming back to your downward dog. Start to walk the feet towards the hands, bringing the feet together, just folding over the legs. Starting to feel that stretch now in the back of the legs. And then we're going to take a breath in, reach up, look up. And we're going to exhale to come down. So we're going to start our sun salutations, our Surya Namaskar. We're going to start with our feet together, our arms alongside the body. Relax the shoulders, give them a roll up, back and down. Taking that forwards as well. And we will begin. So just taking a long breath here. Our next breath, we bring the arms up, look up. We're going to exhale to come down. You can take a bend into your legs if you need it. Breathing in, lengthening into the spine. And we're going to step the right leg back. Follow through with the left. So we get in your plank pose. And then chaturanga, lowering down. So you can bring your knees down if you need to. If you feel okay, the elbows stay tight to the body. The chin, the chest, and the tummy down. And then rolling to our cobra, Bhujangasana. Taking that back to your downward dog. Nice long breath. We're going to be stepping forward with our right foot into warrior one. So you can keep that left foot on the mat, or you can come up onto the toes of the left foot. Reaching up with the arms. Bringing the hands to the mat, we're going to let that left knee come down. Breathe in, bring up the arms, maybe look up to the ceiling or the sky. Bringing the hands back to the mat, stepping that left foot forward, folding over both legs. Breathing in, coming up, reaching up, exhaling down. Breathing in, exhaling forward. Breathing in, lengthening into the spine. And our left leg goes back. Right leg back. We're lowering down. We're rolling up. Downward dog. Long breath. Our left foot's going forward. Warrior one. Remember you have your options with your right. Bringing the hands to the mat, letting that right knee come down. Breathing in, bringing up the arms, looking up. Hands back to your mat, stepping that right foot forward. Folding over both legs. Maybe starting to go a little deeper now as the body warms up. Breathing in, pulling the tummy in as you come up, support your back. Exhaling. We are going to continue through, so breathing in, exhaling, Breathing in. Exhale, right leg goes back. Left leg into plank. Lowering down. Rolling up. Downward dog. Taking the fingers wide, really pushing your palms into your mat. Squeezing the inner arms, opening into the shoulders. Pushing the hips back. Now right foot is coming forward, back to warrior one. Bringing our right hand to our mat, reaching up with our left. If you need to shuffle that foot back a little bit to make sure your knee is in line with your ankle, then do so. We are going to be taking that twist the other way, so our left hand is coming down. We're reaching up with that right arm. Both hands back to your mat. Let that left knee come down. Breathe in, reach up. Let the hands come back down. We're going to push up to warrior one. Hold. Both hands back to your mat, stepping that left foot forward. Folding over both legs. Keeping the feet and the knees together, we're coming into chair. Sitting the heels together, sitting back, bringing up the arms. Breathing in, coming up. Exhaling down. We're going again, breathing in. Exhaling. Breathing in, lengthening into the spine. Left leg back. Into your lunge. Right leg back. Lowering down. Rolling up. Downward dog. Holding, long breath here. It's our left foot that's coming forward for warrior one. Relax the shoulders. Our left hand is coming down, our right arm is going up. Our right hand is down, our left arm reaches up. Both hands back to your mat, back to warrior one. Bring the hands down, let that right knee come down. Breathe in, bring up the arms, look up. Bring the hands back to the mat. Push back into warrior one. Both hands come down, we're stepping the right foot forward. Bringing both legs together, folding over into your forward bend. Come into chair pose, the feet and knees are together, bringing up the arms. Breathing in, exhaling. Just separate the feet so they're hip width apart, and then we're going to squeeze our hands behind us. Either your fingers or maybe the palms as well. I'll come back a bit so you can see me. We're going to take that breath in, look up, pull the arms back, and then exhale forwards. Keep squeezing the hands, pulling the arms back. Breathing in, coming up. Release the arms, give them a roll backwards. Give them a roll forwards. We're going to be stepping our feet wide. Extending into the arms. We're going to reach with the right hand, bring the right hand to the right leg. Reach up with the left arm. Feeling that into the left side. Keep using that right hand to creep it down the right leg. Breathe in, come up. We're going to go the other way. Reach with the left arm down, right arm up. Feeling it into the waist. Coming back up. Release the arms for a moment, turn out the right foot. Take a bend into the right leg, extend back into the arms. We're going to bring the right elbow to the right knee, reach up and over with the left arm. Breathe back in, come back up. We're going to do that again, either bringing the elbow to the knee or bringing the hand to the mat, reaching up and over with the left arm. Coming back up, extending back into the arms, releasing that right leg. Keeping that foot out, we're going to reach again with the arms, reach with the right hand, bring the right hand to the right leg, the left arm up. You're creeping that right hand down the leg, using your exhalation. Breathing in, coming up, releasing the arms. Turning that right foot in, turning the left foot out. We're taking a bend back into that left side now. Just make sure the knees are not going over the ankles. You may need to separate the feet a little more. Extend into the arms. So that elbow's coming to the knee. We're reaching up and over with our extended arm. Looking up, opening up the upper body. Breathing in, coming back. And then we're staying back in that same position, or we're bringing that hand to the mat, reaching up with the right arm, taking it over. Coming back up, straightening that leg. We're reaching with the left arm comes down, right arm goes up. Keep using that left hand with your out breath. Maybe coming a little deeper. Coming up. Releasing the arms, releasing the legs. We're going to be stepping our legs back together. So we're going to come to warrior three. So we want to step the left foot forward, and we're starting to take the weight onto our right foot. We're going to keep our hands on our hips for a minute, just so you can feel that the hips need to stay in line. We start to take that right leg back. So try and use your hands to keep your hips in line. You can bring your hands out to the side once you have that, or you bring them forwards. Keeping the gaze down on your mat. Release the arms, release the leg. Bring your hands back to your hips. Again, sometimes it feels different with our balancing asanas. Some days are easier than others. I find the morning a little bit more challenging. So we're going to be stepping our right foot forward this time. Just taking the weight onto the left. Keep your gaze down on your mat. Start to kick back with that left leg. Again, you have your options where you want to bring your arms. Release down. So we're going to stick with a few more balancing asanas. So we're going to bend in our left knee. We're going to bring that foot onto the thigh. We're taking a bend here into the other leg. Bring your hands to your heart center. So I'm going to give you a few options. You can stay here. You can bring your hand to a wall if it's a very wobbly day today. If you want to go deeper, you start to bring your hands down to your mat and you straighten that right leg and fold over it. So there's always the options. Please choose what feels right for you. When you want to come out, try and come back up, whoop, with control, which I didn't do, and we will try the other side. So we're taking the weight onto the left leg. We're going to start to bend in the right. So that foot is going on top of our thigh. We're taking a bend and our hands are coming to namaste. So let's see how this side feels. Is it more wobbly? Is it easier? Again, you have your option. You can come forward if you want to, straighten that left leg. Take a few breaths here. And the idea is you use your core muscles to bring you up. Coming back. And releasing. I won't edit out the bad version. We're all human. We can't always do everything correctly. So as I say, some days are easier than others. For me, the morning, I'm not so balanced. My head is maybe a little bit more, I've got a bit of a headache this morning, so every day is different. So let's sit down when you're ready. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Take hold of your toes, bring them in, let the knees open. Remember, you can also take your support if you need it underneath your knees or without. So just take a breath. We're starting to slow down, Starting to feel a bit more supported on the floor. And then push the legs away, let the feet come together. We're going to take a breath in, reach up, and then exhale towards our toes. So you can grab something around your feet if you need it, a belt or a towel. We are lifting from the lower back, so just make sure you're not rounding your shoulders. So you're lifting up and then reaching forwards. The shoulders are relaxed. Every out breath, maybe it brings you a bit deeper, but you're listening to your body. We're letting go of the ego. We're not thinking, I saw this on Instagram and that person could reach their head to their feet. We're checking in with our own body and just doing what feels okay for us. Taking one more breath here. When we come out, we take that breath in, we bring up our arms and we exhale. So we're going to come back onto our hands a little. Bring our fingers towards us and just squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel that opening into the chest. From here we're going to bring up the hips, point the toes. You can take your head back or you keep your head in line. Keep squeezing the shoulders, pushing up the hips, holding an upward plank. And release down. We're going to I'm going to turn so you can see me. We're going to be bending our left leg, pointing it towards me and taking your right over the top. Now obviously you are mirroring me, so it is going to come the other way around if you're looking at me. Doesn't matter, we are doing both sides. You can just bring your hands to your feet. If you feel okay, you're going to relax that knee down, so it's actually stacking on top of the other. If it doesn't feel okay, you can keep it up here. So come in again to the position that's right for you. We're all different. So we can stay like this, our hands onto our feet. We're getting a deep stretch into our hips, into our thighs, into our glutes. If we want to take it a little deeper, we're going to start to include our arms. So we're going to bring our right arm back and just tuck it between our shoulder blades. We're going to breathe in, we're going to reach up with our left and then take it back to meet the right. So your fingers will come together, and if they don't, again you can use a strap or a towel just to help you have that grip. Again, we can stay here. If we're staying up, our spine is straight, our head is in line with the spine, or we start to come down. So again, all these different options, you're choosing the right one for you. Very deep stretch into the shoulders, into the arms. If it feels quite tight, just try and send your breath there. So breathing into that right side. We do tend to hold a lot of tightness and tension into this area. We're going to take one more breath. If you're upright, just let your eyes close. It's a great way just to feel into the body a little bit more with full awareness. And we're going to release that side. Just bring the wrists together, give them a roll. Take that
both ways. And release. Let the legs come out. Maybe give them a little shake, side to side. So we're going to be doing the same thing the other side. So make sure you change the direction of the feet. So this time I'm stacking my right leg first on the mat and taking my left over the top. So you want to make sure you shuffle your feet away because you want to be sitting evenly on the bottom. We're not kind of tilting one way or the other. Again, one side might feel more difficult. It might be harder to stack one side. So you can always come to that option if it's really uncomfortable for you. Again, your option of your arms, you can keep them relaxed on the feet, or we start to bring that left arm back. Breathe in, reach up with the right, take them back to meet each other. Again, you can stay here, just close the eyes, or you can fold over towards the knees. This time sending that breath to the left shoulder and arm. Checking in with that side and how it feels. How are the hips feeling? We're going to take one more breath. And then release. Come back to that roll of the wrist. Also working into the shoulders as well, a little change in direction. And then we're going to be uncrossing the legs, letting them come out, maybe giving them a shake. And we're going to come round onto our hands and knees into our table. Actually, before we come into table, let's just sit back on our heels and come back on your hands. So coming back to squeezing the shoulders, opening up into the chest. Again, you can stay here, or we just start to push up the hips a little. You're not going to come up too high, but you'll start to feel more of a stretch into the thighs. And just feeling that squeeze in the bottom. Releasing back down. And then we're going to roll up, come to our table. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips and your hands underneath your shoulders. So we're going to extend back our left leg. Point the toes down to your mat. I'm going to give you options. You can bring up your right arm and stay here. Or you can take that right arm back and take hold of your left foot. Keep your gaze on your mat. No strain on your neck. And release. Bring the knee back down, bringing the hand back down. Just checking in you feel balanced and even both sides. We are going to be changing, so we're going to extend back our right leg. Point your toes towards your mat. You have your options. That left arm can come up, or you kick back, take hold of the foot. Keep the gaze on the mat. Release that side. Just let the knees come wide, the big toes come together and sit back into extended child's pose.
back to your table. Bringing the knees in, bringing the hands back in. And then from here, just bring your right foot in a little bit, just to help with your balance. We're going to be, actually I need to come forward because of the couch. So the right hand in a little bit. We're going to be just turning our right foot out and extending into our left. So we're coming to a side version of plank. So that right foot is behind you, that right hand is on your mat, you're reaching up with your left arm. Your left foot is on your mat, or you bring it up. So again, you've got your options. You can keep that leg down if you need to. Might be wobbling and shaking. Release the leg down, release the hand down, come back to table. I'm going to turn so you can see the other side. You stay where you are. So this time just bring that left hand in a little bit. We're going to turn that foot out. That's like our block for stability. We're bringing that right foot back, that left arm, or sorry, that right arm up. So sorry, right foot, left and right arm. And reaching up. So again, you can stay here. You can keep that foot on the floor, on your mat, or you bring it up. So lots of balancing poses today. One more breath. This is a good one for the core muscles. And then we bring that foot back down, bring that hand back down, and we're back to our table. So let's just start to release a little bit more by coming to our rotation, sitting over towards that right heel and the left, working our way around. Let your eyes close, maybe just start to feel in with the body. We've challenged it a little today. Maybe reverse that circle now the other way. And get some clicking and releasing. And then coming back to your table. So we're going to bring our right knee forward, turn that foot out to the side of our mat and walk our left leg back. Kapitasana pigeon pose. There should be no weight in the arms. So your hands are just there on the mat very lightly. You can stay here, you can look up, keep our shoulders relaxed, or you have the option of coming down. We're taking a few breaths here. And walking our hands back up, and we're going to take it back to a downward dog. So just take that walk into the legs if you need it. Push the heels back. And then let the knees come back down. So we should be back in that table position for the other side. So our left knee's coming forward, turn that toe to the side of your mat and walk your right leg back as far as you can take it so you feel that stretch. And you have your options, you can stay up, look up, or you fold down. Make sure the hips are in line, we're not tipping one way or the other. If you need some support for your head, you can grab your blanket. Make sure your body's able to relax, you're not holding any tension. Using that breath, send it to the hips and the pelvis, any areas where you feel there's tension or tightness. Coming back onto your hands, coming back to downward dog. From here you can either step or jump the feet to the hands, and we're going to sit down. So when you're ready, we're going to come all the way onto our backs. So lying down in our Shavasana position. Bring the legs together and we're going to hug in our right knee. Squeeze that right knee in and just start to rotate your ankle joints, the foot. Take that both ways. And then let that right foot come on top of your left knee. Move your right arm to the side. Use your left hand to guide that right knee over to the left side. Turning your head the other way. Into our spinal twist. If it feels too strong for you today, then take a bend into both legs. Just let the eyes close. Coming back to that breath along the spine. Rolling back to center. Bringing your legs back together. Just make sure the chin is tucked in, no strain on the neck. And we're going to bring in that left knee. So hug that left knee in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Start that rotation. Making that both ways. And then bringing that foot on top of the right knee. Breathe in, and as you exhale, let that knee go over to the right side. Let the eyes close. Breathing again along the spine. Rolling back to center. We're going to bring the knees into the chest and the feet up to the ceiling, and just take hold of the outside of the feet. So you have the knees bent towards you. Bring the knees over towards the armpits in happy baby pose. So you can stay here, or you can start to maybe take a rock
Whatever feels good. You can let the knees come out further. Maybe bring the soles of the feet together. Just play around. What feels good? What feels nice on your back? Slowly release down. We are going to be coming to Shavasana, so do grab a blanket if you need it. Make sure you're warm, make sure you're comfortable. Let the feet fall out to the side, and the palms face upwards. Letting that breath come in and release back out, but with no control. The eyes are closed, the jaw is relaxed. Starting to let the body feel heavy with every exhalation. Taking a moment just to check in with how the body feels. From the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. Checking in with the head and the face, the mouth and the jaw. Shoulders and the arms, the chest and the abdomen, the back, the hips and the pelvis, the legs, the hands and the feet. Allowing the body complete stillness. Knowing that sometimes the most important asana is our final one, Shavasana, and the body total rest. When you feel ready, just start to bring movement back into your body. Be moving the fingers and the toes. When you feel ready, hug the knees in. Bring the knees into the chest. taking yourself over to one side to slowly come up. Come into seated. I'm thinking of an affirmation for yourself today. I am. Whatever you choose, whatever comes to mind, a short positive statement. Sometimes it might be something that's difficult to say. Say it to yourself now 3 times. Bring your hands to your heart center, thanking yourself for your practice. Bowing to Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Do take care, and I will see you soon. Bye now.